A Columbia student sued the U.S. this week to prevent her deportation and won, at least for now. Homeland Security was trying to detain Yunsa Chun following her participation in campus protests against Israel's military actions in Gaza. The 21-year-old junior is a green card holder originally from South Korea who's lived in the United States since she was 7. A federal judge in New York issued a temporary restraining order Tuesday blocking authorities from detaining her or transferring her outside the district. Jordan Wells is a lawyer on Ms. Chun's case and joins us now. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Homeland Security says your client, quote, engaged in concerning conduct, including when she was arrested by NYPD during a protest, a pro-Hamas protest. What was your client doing when she was arrested?
Thank you for having me. Our client, like many other college students across the country for decades, is participating in demonstrations and expressing her heartfelt political beliefs. And it is a very scary and daunting proposition that the Secretary of State can single out a college student and say, I don't like the content of what you are saying, and you must leave the country, especially our client, who has lived in this country since she was 7 years old and is a high school valedictorian, junior at an Ivy League university. It is absolutely preposterous to suggest that her speech on a college campus poses serious foreign policy consequences for the United States. And I think Secretary of State Rubio's comments go towards showing that he is applying a very broad brush and, eliminating people's immigration status with far and wide without at all tethering it to foreign policy consequences, which is the narrow basis on which the immigration statute lets him make those determinations.
And Secretary of State Rubio says the law is clear and it's on the government side. Here's what he told reporters today.
If you invite me into your home because you say, I want to come to your house for dinner, and I go to your house and I start putting mud on your couch and spray painting your kitchen, I bet you're going to kick me out. Well, we're going to do the same thing if you come into the United States as a visitor and create a ruckus for us.
How do you respond to that?
Well, we know that Secretary Rubio's actions are based on the content of the messages that are being expressed on college campuses. We know that he is singling out speech that he doesn't like and that the Trump administration doesn't like for negative treatment. And so that is just completely anathema to the First Amendment. All of us should should feel intimidated by that because it's not just my client's right, but it's everyone's right to the free exchange of ideas without a government censor coming in and saying, you can't talk about this particular issue, or you can't have a viewpoint on this particular issue. It's not about rowdiness. It's about the message that's being expressed, and the government should never be in the position of singling out disfavored messages and disfavored messengers for negative treatment.
And Secretary Rubio also said that the State Department has revoked more than 300 student visas. Why do you think that they seem to be singling out students?
I think, it's a terrible move on their part. I think Americans across the country are revulsing at the news that students, we've got Fulbright scholars, we have high school valedictorians. I mean, these are people that are, going through the educational process and, being exposed to new political ideas and expressing political ideas. That's honestly they're going after the kind of our universities, really. I mean, our universities are meant to be the place for exchanging ideas more than anywhere else in society. And so to start there, I think should send a chill down everybody's spine that this administration is dead set on silencing viewpoints that it disagrees with.
How is Yunsa responding and processing all of this?
She is relieved at the court's order. She, I think could never have imagined several months ago that just participating in a protest could all of a sudden draw the ire of the Secretary of State of the United States. I mean, it's ridiculous that we've gotten to this point. So she is, for the moment, relieved and taking it day by day.
Jordan Wells, we thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thank you.